Alright, so today we're on Rotten Fields, one of the worst maps for Ghostface, even after the map rework. I use Shack as a place to stalk, but I don't see anyone, which makes me think they're already working on the gen. I stalk the Meg who walks into me because of Spine Chill, but instead of marking and downing her, I keep her 99 and try to stalk another person. So one thing I started doing is not immediately going after the first person I stalked, since the survivors are still settling in because of Corrupt, so I know I have time to stalk more people. Breaking the pallet here was risky, as he could have broken me out of stealth, but somehow he was unable to do that. I see scratch marks behind the gen, which tells me that the guy working on it already left. So instead, I recommit to the Quentin, who thought I left and started working on the gen behind the mute tree. I hear the Meg scream, and this should be an easy double down, but somehow I lose her through all the corn, and it ends up costing me a lot of time. I thought the Meg would come back to pick up the ash since she knew where I downed him, but I don't see her coming back. But this is also why you should stalk more than one person at the beginning of a trial. It'll help you get easy downs later in the trial when they actually matter, and set up for a snowball. Here I accidentally mark her, but I try to use this to my advantage in the form of a bait stalk, where I wait for someone else to try to go for the rescue because they think the other person is being chased. And sure enough, I see the Quentin, but unfortunately I can't stalk him through the corn that easily. So instead of hooking Quentin, I try to go after the last person. I don't like making games last longer than they need to, so I try to end this as soon as I can. So now we're on Temple. I was actually playing against a YouTuber this match. He likes making looping tutorials, so I figured we could both teach y'all how to loop. I didn't expect the Nia to come up to me like that, so she really caught me off guard, and I decided to save her for later. The Nia knows she's been 99, so she wants to take a hit and reset her stock meter, but luckily I still get the down in time. Two people are already injured, so I try to get a stock here instead, so I can save him for later, and down him when it really matters. When you go up against these types of survivors, always expect that kind of shack vault. Don't ever actually follow them into the shack, but sometimes they might actually fake the vault, in which case you have no choice but to follow through. So I see a guy on a gen over here, but I didn't know it was the one I stalked, and I did not want to down him right now, but I don't really have a choice at this point. You should be saving at least one stock for later in order to set up the snowball. The whiff cost me a lot, but luckily I still end up downing him in time. Since I accidentally wasted one of the stocks, I decided to get another one to save for later. Now, at this point, I'm trying to prioritize people I've already hooked, that is, the Meg and the Nia. I don't want to go after the stalked person right now. Being a stealth killer, I can choose exactly who I want to go after, so I choose to down the people I've already hooked. This was a really smart play on her part. She waited for me to double back so she could make distance. I knew she had Dead Hard, so I knew she'd make it to the window, but she read that and ended up running to the pallet instead. I could have easily marked the Nia here, but I actually want the Meg who I've already hooked. That was a good play by the Meg. She waited to break line of sight so she could make more distance to this really strong loop. But by breaking the pallet when Meg was at that side of the loop, I end up forcing her to this weaker T-wall where I can easily down her. So I expected to find a person here, but they actually read that I had barbecue, according to their stream, so they ended up doubling back. This Nia ends up showing herself, which is a mistake on her part, as she's dead on hook. I knew she was gonna try the same mind game to make distance, but I wasn't gonna let that happen a second time. When you know someone's onto you, don't just keep stalking in their direction, because they're going to be hiding and you won't be able to see them. And if you try to go towards them, they'll just pop out of cover and break you out of stealth. So I pretend to leave, and then I finish the stalk while she's working on the gen in the distance. The Nia tries to take a hit for her here, which is a smart play on her part, but she wouldn't make it in time. And she thinks she's been 99, so she tries to take a hit, but I just hit her anyway, cause there's no reason to stalk her. She tries to do the fake vault mind game, but it was really clunky here, and no one would have fallen for that. So yeah, you need to be prioritizing a couple people at the beginning, and then 99 people and saving them for the end. So that's all for now. Some things you should do is prioritize a few people at the beginning and save the rest for the end, and try to stalk as many people as you can at the beginning stages of the match. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next one.